chamber here. We are getting the Arya or Femboy raise. And I'm sorry, I've played against the Oppie Clove. It is terrifying. You do not want to mess with it. So we'll see if they are online here in the server today. But pistol underway. Looks like we are going to have an early fountain exchange, possibly off with this guiding light. Let's see if they decide to take the dive.
A little bit of extremity control on that right side as well. Not too much util to use, so it's going to be bodies walking into that shower and just up long here on towards the B side as they shoot on sand. So good default coverage on the map for WADA to read what the defense might be.
Yeah. Dual chambers, so we didn't really get to highlight either. I do like this kind of shower and B-long aggression. It kind of sets them up, obviously, for a fake rotate to B, take a TP play once you got that opening kill on A. But because they disengaged, because Sherrod went for that heal, don't think they're going to quite get that opportunity. So with less than a minute left, they're going to have to make a decision here pretty quickly.
They teleport to the come. Well, giving up that shower's control makes me think they're going to try and stay. And they've really actually bought the safe site here. With this movement, with this hold, YFP has decided to go to the A side to cover. And it could be still a fake once they walk into B. So it looks like it's almost going to be a no util use. No, as I say that, they start huffing the util in. And they might receive their own as Femboy tries to get that burns clearance, trying to take that safe space. And it looks like they may still go for the rotation. Yes, 15 seconds on the clock.
Wow, this is such a gamble. You can see the immediacy from YFPX, and it's going to be on Sherrod to try and cancel out this execution. Spike, save the Herald to default. Power Pixel should be good for the plant. No contestation because of these ruses, but it's Arya to finally strike blood so late into the round, and they are continuing to fight these backside players one after another.
Ooh, Zorianto and Scary Shark getting feisty there for a moment as another one coming in from that defensive side. The 2v1, though, leaving Scary Shark looming, lurking, trying to get the kill, but it's going to be Juna to get that final one. A great reaction from YFPX to get back and do that much damage, but WADA working the map well.
Oh, for sure, and you kind of saw as well Scary Shark trying to go for that flank, but a nice sheer wall there implemented pretty early on, leveraging that double Sentinel well to kick off the pistol round on attack, but all in all, again, gambles, they pay off, and that is what WADA is known for, is when they make a decision, they lock in, and they utilize their mechanics to convert. And Arya just, again, that protector to get the spike down to make sure that time wasn't a detriment. But now, weapons in hand. Outlaw specifically for stay. Keep an eye on that for the light shields aplenty on YFPX's side. And looks like it's a very similar default here, except for YFPX actually trying to contest showers this time around, Riv.
Yeah. See if they get the 2v2 here. I love the little... They got me. I thought WADA was leaving showers, as we're probably seeing this fight from the last round on pistol, right? They were walking out. And I considered it's because they could have caught a sky flash in there, right? So they leave to come back. Like, really smart map play so far. And here, they already picked one up with the Outlaw, making sure that shower extremity is still controlled. In pretty much the same 2-1-2.
Yeah, they want to keep their options open until the last second possible, and that's when Power, off the information they have, off the util that's been invested, will make the best decision for the team. And my concern here is this doubled up setup between Sherrod and Scary Shark. It's a bait and switch. You're going to take the initial duel, you're going to TP out, and hopefully they don't clear out Nora here, and that Prowler does exactly that. Will it work, though? Not on Femboy's watch. Quickly cleared out, and this should be the speed up, but there's been a snag. Sherrod and Hookah.
That cuts off one spot that WADA have to protect. And it's going to be Power Pixel. Doesn't take much time on that. It's just one to check off the books immediately as they saw Sherrod in Hookah. And now two to come in from spawn. That would have been such a nice little pinch that they could really have distracted everyone in sight with. But just taken apart there by Fade.
Yeah, definitely a big loose end with that Guardian picked up by Sherrod, but Power gets the refrags, and now the last remaining players are only with pistols, light shields, and that's quick work for Stay and this Outlaw. Just as deadly as their WADA predecessor. Get WADA a very clean second round. I mean, you even saw Power, who got that Sheriff shot, recollect the Guardian, so they're really not down any of those extra weapons here. Curious to see if they're going to keep the default or if they're going to go for more dive style because it is the bonus round.
Aggressive push from Sherrod. Wants a shot already. Looks like aggressive towards the right side. It's the first time everybody's really been in somewhat of a death ball composition here for WADA. Quick early clear to make sure they don't get judged themselves.
Where are you?
We might see a bounce right here from Femboy into the Lamps area with that judge of their own.
Arya is deadly with the movement. Speaking of deadly, I was wondering if they were going to keep going. They know Showers have been a consistent control point here. And it seems like they know their homework. They know that Femboy with the judge is a threat in U-Haul, so they give up that space. They play very central to Triple and Shower, and because they gave up the Shower's TP pivot, there's nobody there to counter it from behind.
Right here.
WADA's done a good job, I'm sorry, YFE so far at keeping everybody alive, so this retake is full of utility, and Oppie is going to start them off. Even though traded, they still look to be in a good position. They found 3 members of WADA just on that peak. Glowstick can call it out, and now they can really start to pinch in.
Whew. That pinch comes off of Sherrod as well. Likely communicated, but not handled. And somehow they flipped the map and gotten into defender spawn here. But Arya's left. The TPs have come through, and the call to come back should be good if they can just handle Glowstick. Shining alone in the darkness, pivoting one after another. Revealed by the Haunt, but still not eliminated, and should buy enough time for the re-rotations from YFPX through short.
Glowstick has always been ultra alerted to how many people were in A. Is that peak on Lamps said, wait a minute, there's way too much going on here. Stays in A, knows there's going to be a few stragglers, actually meets the retake coming in from WADA, like you said, from a flipped map. Somehow that happened in the round. And YFP are going to find the bonus on that one. So really nicely controlled, and what surrounds are getting pretty chaotic.
Yeah, I think the flip map was the result. They just realized they didn't have any Showers or triple control. So what I need to see is, again, that chamber or that Vice successfully clear out Showers on their own, or we need to see a coordinated fight from them once they take the main part of site to fight towards triple. And we saw neither of that out of WADA, but it's attributed also to the worst weaponry versus now operator in hand, full weapons in hand. This is where the action starts, and we're actually seeing Femboy fight in addition to power over towards Shower here this time around. So they flipped the duos.
Operator to watch. Yeah, they put both of those kind of detects in one spot here, so you can use the guiding light into the boom bot. There it is. The Oriental, the plays we were talking about before, even under pressure situations, able to make it work. Takes a bit of damage there, though. So you're up against the veterans here of Power Pixel in that moment. It's going to be tough.
Sherrod across the map shut down the operator as well, so now the entire B execution hinges off of Juna and her ability to clear out Hookah and get past this trademark. And meanwhile, WADA prodding towards short. Good use of the fade until to try to flush these players out. They're even going to invest the Nightfall. They don't want this rifle round to slip away, and Oppie's trying to, again, play distraction for Scary Shark. But knowing that a player was hugging that corner, they are taking no risks. They're going to rely on Juna, her ability to try to take care of Sherrod outside of Garden. They make their way on the B, rotate with 30 seconds to go.
What a smoke by Oppie there. You know, WADA with the inclination to still head out, but getting nothing out of the Nightfall, but trying to push a ruse at A. Sherrod another big kill. And now with 1v3 situation, teammate comes through. Oppie is going to make it 2v, and now Kestrel dwindling the numbers once again here. Beautifully done for YFP to be covering each other, playing their lives in these situations, and making it tough for WADA to find a kill.
Yeah, WADA, I think, was pressured by the time there. You kind of saw that hesitation. You saw Juno want to fight with Kestrel into elbow, but they had to try and stick the spike, and the players were just too quick on the rotate. So again, we mentioned how converting from these defaults into the executions, WADA has to keep the timer in mind, and it truly became their enemy. So YFPX, again, chipping away at these solo players, does super, super well. Breaks the bank as well for WADA, but they are, again, one off from a few key ultimates, Showstopper, Tour de Force, and that's probably why Arya is forced up the Stinger here. So let's see what happens when Sherrod gets challenged over towards Sand.
Again. Femboy finally has to run the Stinger in there, just full W to get Sherrod down. We know the reason they came back, and it has not skipped a beat, that play style.
And you're probably going to hand off the Vandal, because you got the Tour de Force popped. Femboy should have the entry, or at least the safe spike plant off the Showstopper. So nice investment. Is going to delay the retake from YFPX, but they are patient. They're happy to wait things out here because they got Oppie 1 off from ult. They got plenty of Sky utility here for recon, but it's not going to spot anything out just yet. So they expect 3 in the elbow.
Yeah, if they can get 1 for Oppie here, like you said, it pops. They can go for not dead yet. Really get in. So you still have Stay playing very safe towards the outside of B long, though. last one to peek really in this situation if they're going to. Metal down to 1, maybe not peeking at all. If I'm going to be honest, what a shot from Kestrel. That's going to be a step through, and they start to trade, get the diffuser, and it's going to be a thrifty coming in for WADA.
And they played that very, very well. In the regroup, they actually got on to B. Again, they understood how pivotal the opening kills were for Ari and for Stay specifically, or Femboy, around that showstopper, around that tour de force, and that's exactly what they used to convert. And that's something Power has explained to me personally, is how they are so keen on not wasting ult orb opportunities in that ult economy. That's how you stay ahead here. And it does give YFPX actually now an opportunity to give them the same treatment, right? They have tour de force, they have Seekers, and you can see Oppie forcing up because she has that not dead yet. So we'll see if it proves the same result. For now, it's a repeat fight over towards long.
Rod was able to do this with the Vandal. Now the tour de force is out, but there's a lot of people knocking on the front door of Hookah. The fight is won at long. We questioned it, but it is quickly taken down as Femboy comes flying through the back door.
My Phantom does not get headshot accuracy like that while satcheling across the site, but this is Femboy we're talking about. So they secure the site, they secure the plant, and now they are spearheading this fight because they're confident that knowing it's an anti-eco towards CT.
Chomp's just missing to the side, but little concussed. The teamwork still there.
Last player standing.
Femboy's on for the ace.
Maybe a 5. Zoriental from the backside. Gonna hold on to the showstopper for now.
They're hunting for it.
Yep, found it. And the shot to the face. An ace for WADA Femboy.
Oh, the iBUYPOWER ace. Femboy doing their job to a T. The entry, the shutdown of the tour de force long, along with that eco player, Skater Shark, playing around the toxic screen. And that's not enough. They take it one step further, fighting into CT to intercept this sheer numbers of players that were trying to play together to convert some of these eco kills. So no ultimates utilized, no opportunities really to do so here for the side of YFPX to get their thrifty on board, but now we're back to basics. We're back to defaulted approach here. We'll see how these get leverage in a retake or a site hold.
Oh, a little off the top. Clove v Clove. Oppie is just a menace right now. Like we said, you're gonna get a lot of Clove play here. And Femboy, last packing forward, play after play. Not dead yet comes up, but Zoriental's gonna hit that showstopper. We saw them holding last round. And how much further can YFP get on this one? Apparently not much with Kestrel there.
Ooh. Beautiful way to wrestle things back after Zoriental opened things up with the showstopper. Kestrel as well, one off from the steel garden, but it doesn't matter when the showstopper can open up the backside control because of the ace Femboy got in the last round. Ooh, Punish trying to get additional info. Have to off the haunt instead. Sherrod in the 1v2. This is where we look towards WADA on the coordination between these remaining two players. Don't take your ones. Play down the timer. Play down the spike.
Oh. Throws the TP down, just back to the left. Sherrod looking to get one kill and maybe flick through. Drawing fights, looking for the 1v1, trying to separate WADA here on this play. Finds one, it's going to be the sidestep that gives it enough bullets for that fight to come through, but the one way is going to be so treacherous here.
No one else could do this.
Oh, actually just outside. Half's going to be tough. And that's going to be the round. Beautifully played by the side of PowerPixel here to waste out the post plant and gets that Vandal out of Sherrod's hand.
Ooh, a nice way to break the bank for YFPX to secure WADA, hopefully a 6th moving forward. But there were those concerns they did come to light about, again, taking ones there, but Power playing down, the win condition, playing off the one-way as well from Juno that you can't do, right? If you have a Brimstone pick on this map, that is from, like, again, post-human smokes. So, again, only something that a Clove can offer. And I think if there was a time for a YFPX timeout, it would be now. They're not getting any momentum on these rifle rounds. They utilized 2 big ultimates to no avail. And now the question mark is, okay, how can we disrupt these WADA entries, quite frankly? Even with Zoriental getting 2 Rivington.
Yeah, and this is kind of deja vu for the moment. There was 4 rounds that YFPX got, and it was WADA starting on attack the last time these teams played bind. After we got to the defensive side for WADA, they ran the rest of the rounds. So YFP wants to cut that out right now. They want to stop the bleeding, like you said, and see if they can't figure out which ults are coming up, where they can start to use them, which would be Scary Sharks. They have the Seekers if they feel unsure and around or want to make a play. But yeah, being able to read WADA is going to be a tough one. Now they have an op, so they're going to be playing a little bit different if they're not going B or they're trying to just slow it down even.
I'm so curious about this stay attack operator. I wasn't gonna like harp on them for it because they're up, but we haven't really gotten to see too much impact from it outside B long, again losing to Sherrod time and time again. So I'm not against their position to maybe open up the round here towards Shower, especially because they've picked up on the tendency now for it to be this raised sky combo instead, fighting off of this guiding light. I'm curious to see how it will function once the toxic screen drops.
Well, this could stay in a ready moment, especially when somebody taps that and one shoulder is seen. I wonder if they consider that that's only a... Yes, they do. They said it's got to be a protocol play. Someone's in the corner if they're messing with us like that and read like a book there. They still get the trade back, though. Onto PowerPix L.
Across the map, yep. Sherrod again, always taking out this B contingency plan. So all in for WADA on this A site, but fights they're not afraid to take. Yeah, we mentioned how they needed simultaneous short and shower control. This round, it's been achieved, but they're kind of giving that backside leniency to the squad. So you do get these Seekers, but it's immediately countered by the Steel Garden. Primaries down. They're going to aggress into U-Haul off of it, finding an opening kill, stalling out this retake even further, Rivington.
3v3. And Scary's trying to push up with his Sheriff, get a little closer, try to be the human sentry and let him know where everybody is. This should be a good trade. This should be a good crossfire. Oh, patience, though. Sherrod was making sure no shower play was there, so they got a little disjointed. It may not cost them, though. Juna looking for another ace on the round. An iBUYPOWER ace. Let's rack up another one.
Oh, my gosh. 2 iBUYPOWER aces for WADA as they secure their 6th and deny a thrifty momentum shift out of YFPX's timeout. That's 4 in a round. 4 in a row so far. YFPX, though, this is the round where you're hoping to see some of those changes implemented coming out of the timeout. Part of that, the Sherrod operator here, perhaps to change things up, to shut down one of these A-side avenues, because WADA is a team where if it ain't broke, they don't try to fix it. They will rinse and repeat until the strategy, the approach fails, and with this aggression off the rendezvous, it could just be now.
Oh, looking for the team to take that. You can see Sherrod standing their ground till the last moment, and probably a reason they've been winning a lot of these fights 1v1 across the map. So ready to take the shot, playing the mind of their opponent here. Back to the shower control, gonna need some util to re-clear this, or a lot of bodies if they don't.
I think they rationed the fade util properly to clear out Sherrod, at least the initial peak, but the secondary follow-up is good, but it's Juna. She's not dead yet, is going to be the entry now off of this ultimate to try and clear Sherrod out, but it's the similar end, and they're also backed up by Oppie, so now it's a screeching halt where individual prowess has to set forward. Aria, or Femboy from Shower, opens it up with the recovered operator, looking for more through these smokes.
Oh no, the Vandal's on the other side. That's a judge, isn't it? Wait. Okay, there we go. Sorted out. Got the Vandal back for Femboy. But yeah, they have to get out of this. 30 seconds left. They are going to be surrounded if they can get Scary Shark over here too. But YFP don't even have to move. They feel comfortable.
Might be a save angle.
Yeah, take a moment to just pick up some orbs if they can on the way out.
Yeah, I mean, even if they wanted to go for the B-rotate, like we mentioned, time was against their side. You still had Scary Shark anchoring over towards Hookah. With that re-arc rose, they're kind of gambling that this was going to be an A follow-through in the last few seconds. Try to set the seeds of doubt. Try to go for some additional plant money. Because they are pretty rich. So I don't think they necessarily need to save. But an operator, Vandal in hand, a 4 now 3 round safety net in round differential. I think they were okay with this outcome, given that they were going to lose the round.
Yeah. Big starts by Sherrod. Cannot be understated here. A reason YFPX is getting these rounds in their favor and able to convert from the 5v4 position. But it's not easy. WADA is taking quite a bit out. So getting these weapons, you are seeing a bit of lower armor or regen armor coming through on that side of YFP.
And might be getting a little bit of tech pause, a little bit of a breather here as well. Which I think is it's a timeout, which I think I was going to say, if this is a WADA one, it's exactly what I said. They rinse and repeat until it fails. Now that it's failed, now that they've repositioned Sherrod over towards A, they're going to come up with a change here. And even prior to the timeout, it feels like YFPX has already kind of read that they're going to go B this round. They have Sherrod repositioned with the trademark over towards B, ready to aggress again towards B short with this operator, where they've shut down players the same way they have over towards long. So I'm curious to see what the util combination is going to look like if they do in fact fight through here, and how they're going to get past this player, because right now it's looking like there's a reason why they were brought out of retirement for this squad.
Yeah, and honestly, with Sherrod, I feel like it is just the straight up peak. That confidence is unreal. You know, you get out, you know you're faster, and you're right back to a defensive position. Sometimes even a second shot, if you see that there's a bit of a scatter that you've created with the first one. Uppers have to work fast, and Sherrod is kind of hitting that flow state with these first bloods right now. I can't wait to see what they calculate to as we get out of the first map, honestly. And he's going to have, they're going to have one shot, too. It's going to be a 2v1 in this instance. Unless, oh, I think somebody actually is hiding under there.
Here we go.
It's Spies.
There.
Yeah, nice use of the arc rows to again push them off that line.
Yeah.
Delay the peak. So you really can't repeat because you don't know what angle they're going to be deposited on. So broke line of sight. It got these players a little bit deeper here. The threat neutralized for now, but the scary prospect is going to be the reposition, whether they're fighting hookah or sight from hookah, whether it's scary shark from long. We have the Rays now pivoting over Zoriental here for the fight. But again, WADA really likes to fake these. They usually have a really good read as to which players remain on the opposing site. I don't think there's been a round where they've hit the more stacked site.
Again, a kill from Sherrod to start off the round. They saw the sky flash coming out of showers, and that's all they know about A, but I don't think they want to go towards the op, so still committing to A for WADA here. They're going to try to get this plant down. They're getting stalled, though.
Yep, Nightbot was supposed to set up Aria, but it's a close delay to hold on to U control, but it's a coordinated effort alongside Kestrel that opens up the space, but they are not done. Even with flashes, it doesn't matter. They are challenging forward. One falls, and Power Pixel rejoins Kestrel to further aggress to challenge the reload and leverage this round back into WADA's favor slightly in the 1v3.
Yeah, the 4v5 conversion really in WADA's favor now as we see how it pans out into the site with just Sherrod left. Having to let go of that operator to make sure it can be a flick for each one of these shots if it comes down to it. And this also seems to be kind of a goal for the team. Sherrod playing their life after that first kill, getting around, being ready for a post plan if possible. It's unfortunate that YFP is losing too many members before this all happens though.
Ooh, pros don't fake, but the haunt will force you off regardless. And
Close.
There it is, Saval, that player that could challenge in the 1v3 because of the rendezvous, goes back for the swing and finally gets their revenge. The final operator kill on to Sherrod to secure a WADA lead at the half. And I think that timeout being as proactive as it is geared towards the fact that Bind is... attack is their stronger half. 76% win rate versus their 68 on defense. Still neither too shabby when it comes to percentages, but it's undeniably their stronger suit, and they understood that they want a dominant lead before the side swap, where anything can happen.
It is playing the great textbook style, right? If you're not comfortable in the site, you push a little further. They're not happy with just a little bit. They play until everything can be 100% their advantage, and that's really smart, while taking the little advantages beforehand to make sure it all works out. Sherrod, for once, pushed off a line without finding a result.
There's so much utility already gone from the Fade, right? A Prowler, the Seize. Can't use those French anymore, and you didn't get much benefit to take that fight because you can just TP right out of it if you are the Chamber. So a hefty trade to just get that B long control, which we already have mentioned for WADA, isn't the end game. They aren't trying to go B. They're trying to set it up for this potential TP play once they get more information about what's happening over towards Shower, what's happening over towards A, and I'm concerned because it doesn't feel like Stay or Kestrel went deep enough to really discover that more than this guy's playing there, unless they've picked up on, okay, this is the duo that exists, and Sherrod.
Yeah.
Ooh, that should be the speed up towards B.
Hookah's gonna get a little bit of power coming into the other two rotating now, and they're gonna hit at the same time. Beautifully orchestrated here. Nice step back by Oppie, but it's gonna be a Bucky, and it's not going to count as WADA open up the site and have all of this free space now for post plant.
Yep, and the save already called. They want to have the best weaponry, the most strength they can coming into the last round of the half. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little bit unlucky when, again, Sherrod gets caught off peeking for more information. Oppie's Bucky shots don't connect, and I think a player even got shut down through CT through the smoke, mind you. So they didn't even get a chance to have a cohesive, coordinated retake attempt, which is where YFPX kind of thrived on some of those A-side retakes when they had numbers. So YFPX struggling here a little bit, and again, WADA coming to the last round have plenty of fun, so they're searching every nook and cranny of Bind, looking for these saving players, and the Oriental, and Cave Splunkin.
Get out of here.
Got one. Now, have to move. Snipers always have to move when you take a shot. It looks like it's going to be good enough.
Last round.
WADA
before the
grab
switch.
this one. Stay keeps the knock. And now we see Tour de Force is ready. They're still going to throw around this Bucky to see if they maybe can get something down with the pit, where that's going to be highly effective if they can actually force the hand of WADA here.
And Scary Shark's been having a slower than normal map, right? This is Nora, the Flex, a goddess, and she's been sitting on the pit for a few rounds now, and I'm surprised it hasn't been utilized, right? To either break up this A split, shut down these late B pivots. And it's last round of the half, it's now or never, so it is finally invested.
Okay.
Trying to push these players towards that Tour de Force over towards A, but WADA, I'm going to call it right now, they're not afraid to challenge a pit. I'm curious to see if that's exactly what Ari is going to do. Or Femboy.
Right? I mean, you throw a metal nade in there once you figure out these first two clear areas, and they have to be hiding in that left right of hookah, right? That little T in the back. Uh-oh. They may be setting this. They're happy to do it. They're like, you get that metal in there? I can get my nade in there. Slyly playing. Scary Shark keeps moving ever so slightly just to make sure that's not the case. But still, playing to the extremities. A bit of shower control. Now back to B main. I think that might have tagged. Maybe Glowstick just missed the flash, but they feel like there's a few long.
Again, it's whichever fight goes WADA's way first, that's where they're going to go. And I'm nervous about the repivot with 40 seconds left towards a short. I mean, you know they didn't push up because you have that really proactive sheer wall, but you don't know that Oppie is holding this line. Showers, and you don't know that the Tour de Force is on truck. So when all these shots align and Oppie has and not dead yet again, it feels like the time is WADA's enemy.
Nice little hold there, too, before activating to get some time. But, oh, didn't realize the angle on their back was open just wide enough in that doorway to go down. It doesn't matter, though. Sherrod, who's left at the end of the round, one of the ones pulling up a lot of kills with the rest of the team. Glowstick there to finalize the 8-4 first half in favor of WADA.
Again, they were conscious, they saved, they leveraged the ultimates that they had to finally shut down that A split. And it definitely felt like WADA kind of fell victim to the exact plan that they had. Use the Viper's pitch to shuffle these players towards that Tour de Force. And Sherrod ultimately delivered, right? 14-8 right now. A shining spot in the YFPX half despite being down 4-8. And we knew WADA was worried about this half to a degree that they took a proactive timeout when they were up 7 rounds. So, curious to see how fleshed out this is, especially because you have a double sentinel, right, coming into the defense here. So it looks like we're going to have double fight towards Shower, the Chamber getting aggressive here. So it really hinges the A-side defense on these players winning their duels. The B-side, traditional hold off your Vice util, true to life sentinel. And let's see if it works out.
Juna, first one. They're going to try to follow up with the Trailblazer, but everybody has left, and the Headhunter finds enough damage onto Scary Shark, too. Down to 3 already before 20 seconds pass in the round, and this is going to be tough for YFP to regroup, but they're going to try to make it happen here over towards the right side of the map.
Yep. So it hinged on these players getting the opening kills, and Short and Shower both deliver. Did identify that it's solo stay playing over towards U-Haul, so group up, try to overwhelm here, especially with that rendezvous. Not quite back online yet, but if you wait to swing off the flash, they're going to have the TP back, and probably the confidence to swing behind it, especially off of this nice short smoke provided by Juna. And now the rest of the players to reposition truck as well, so Stay's no longer fighting alone.
Exploding out now through the smoke. Just a little bit of sound made. You can see they actually hid their jumps pretty well. WADA still considering that this could be a fake through that teleporter, and making sure they're watching every angle. Glowstick starting them off very nice here, but they got to start getting to the site because they're only going to be delayed once they try to plant. 30 seconds on the round.
At this point, if I'm Kestrel, I'm tucking away. Oh, Trademark, though, spotting them out. It is going to hinge on Kestrel to deny the plant with 20 seconds left to go. If they punish them, try to track them down long, there would have been a wall, but it doesn't matter because the reinforcements from A side have arrived. It's Aria Femboy with the classic. They're going to come running in with right clicks ablaze to shut down and secure WADA's second pistol.
Femboy just flying through on the blast back here to break crosshairs in a lot of these situations, easing the team's entry into their retake of their own post plants, and now we see on the pistol round. And it is very deja vu. 3 more rounds and we'll have the exact same instance that happened the last time these teams played bind. That 8-4 first half into 4 rounds, or 5 rounds I should say, for WADA.
With 2 other players, right? The subs stepping in for Australis and Starbound, so showcases how it's, again, the strength of the core, the strength of the calling that's prevailing here, and the strength of the calling. PowerPixel asked, demanded upon to hold down this long position. I love this setup, right? Prowler detects somebody, you immediately flash, you immediately swing while they're running away from the Prowler, and you get some chip damage. You start draining this regrowth really early on. So you'll start to turn these chances at a thrifty round.
Just a miss there. Sherrod, though, you can see is so close to getting these headshots, and why all of them, or I should say most of them, are hitting when they get the chance. See what this lurk from Scary Shark provides in the last moments if they can get the better of Stay. The Outlaw is there, and there's only room for one.
The broken gun. And it's going to break any chances here for YFPX. 4 players still kind of grouped up outside of B, but again, it's this delay util meant to keep them off the side, just buy time for players like Juna, players like Femboy to rotate back over. See, they've rotated down to the side, but it's going to hinge on Oriental shotting down Kestrel, who finds 2, and Juno with the Bulldog should have been able to close out the round, but that's a weapon upgrade gifted to Glowstick, an opportunity to shed some light on this thrifty attempt. 7 bullets, 47 HP in 20 seconds. It's gonna be difficult.
Whoa. Peak time. Nicely playing the pressure. I really like the way that was set up by a glow stick. You fake plant peak, just to get into their mind that you want them to draw. You want to draw out the 1v1. So actually, getting time to get the plant down was very nice, and almost getting the whole entire round was beautiful attempts, but it is going to WADA in the end.
Plant money, the best of the worst, and I love how they kept Arya's judge in the dark just for them to come satcheling out to cinch the round. But again, that's not going to be a kind of a longevity, right? Look, there's no bonus. It's been completely obliterated here, and it's full shields across the board. You know the Outlaw's still on the table, so curious to see what kind of strides these Bucky, specifically for PowerPixel and Femboy, are going to find. Positioned on opposite chokes of the map. You can see that slow approach, just ensuring that they don't get aggressed on right after YFPX.
Nice clear. Playing hookah, though, to avoid all of this utility. So WADA may be ready to attack. They break their crossfire for a moment, but only a moment. As YFP tries to read the map here. They're not going to play too much extremity on this one. They're bringing the full team to make sure they can get through any trickery this low buy from WADA might produce. And they're right to think that. This could get weird.
Flash. The turn. The bait should have been good for Kestrel to finish the job, but heavy shields prevail. Keep numbers in their favor, and remaining players of WADA start to splinter and take ones as only 2 will remain.
What's the last play here from WADA? YFP doing a very nice job to collect themselves around, though. Yeah, they're getting ready for a few alt point pickups, but also very happy to find themselves getting this round. And not even because of the last map, but they could really turn things around here with what, like you said, they did to the money of WADA. They can keep themselves on the right path. So they get 5 here versus the 10 of WADA to keep them off that real pressure 11-12 round count.
Yeah, no thrifty antics this time around for WADA, but they're full buy coming online now. Operator for Stay specifically. Sherrod, because he had a slower start, we didn't get to see the operator of the Tour de Force till later in the half. So I'm curious to see what, from round 4 onward it'll pose as a core part of this defense. It's interesting, it's not any longer on the A side with this duo that's aggressing Shower. They just kind of entrusted the Thorns to hold down short, and that may be their undoing, as it looks like the primary objective off this toxic screen
Oh, wow. Just running right into showers, actually. Really nice util to be used. Just flash, break that entry, and get right in here. YFP is playing textbook, and they're playing it very nice. It looks like WADA was not even expecting that. It seems like they were ready for a slow round again to be paced out and thinking they had to rotate a bunch, but that is not the case.
Yeah. WADA is a very, I'm going to call it an anti-retake team. They really do like to, again, get those first bloods. They like to live by the site, die by the site. And I think they got punished for it there a little bit, right? The trap play through their TP doesn't quite work out. Player shower fall too early, and Kestrel's left to save the remaining util on site as their only defenses over towards B. And YFPX, I mean, you got some money, but I don't think it's enough to go hunting without a partner. So slow dispersal away from the spike detonation zone, but all in all, is it too early for a WADA timeout? I feel like they'd be super, super proactive for their last one, right? Like they wait a few more.
Yeah, maybe like 8. Get this, whatever, hero rifle round through, see what happens out of it, and if they don't get the next one, yeah, probably, probably go ahead and just figure out what is plaguing the team, or switch up what they're doing. And to see if they switch it up here. That Vandal is going to go over towards the B side. So do they get aggressive on the right? Right? Or they're going to try to get into the face of YFP, and it looks like they might go for a Seize nade to start things off.
I'd like to fight forward.
Yeah, YFP says we're not going to be there.
I would love to see these players actually fight down B long, though. And it feels like that is not the outcome because Stay does have the quarter force here, and you can feel that pressure mounting out of Hookah for the time being. See? Alright, lots of Hookah isolated by that sheer wall. Seeker's really just to prevent the swing alongside that guiding lights. They nullify the effects. Showstopper's supposed to be good for the entry, but backside only gives a haircut, and surprised we would see more from WADA here, shutting down these fights because it is 3 up and over to counter backside. Disrespect the Fade util and keep numbers.
Sherrod steps forward to take down Femboy, and Juna stuck with Stay in some pretty bad spots. Okay, tour de force. Just absolutely putting that in the chest of Scary Shark here. Everybody hides for a moment, and they should keep hiding. Oh my gosh, Sherrod. Finally getting that kill on Stay. And yeah, that was so tough for Kestrel. They had the hero Vandal, and it was down to, what, 44 HP from chip damage and utility before they got in the site. WADA having a bit of an unfortunate beginning there, but fortunate for YFP here. They're finding ways to get into the site, and it seems to be a little bit of speed on their end, too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take your 13-4 of repeating history that you raised, and I am going to counter with a 13-8 the first time these two teams met this year at kickoff as a possible outcome here, because that would line up with their timeout kind of cadence, and then the last few rounds to cap things off. But for now, I don't see WADA making enough changes. Well, I'm actually lying. They're pushing further off the nade play that they wanted to do.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a matter of timing. Look at Nora. She narrowly missed it. They're not gonna know.
Oh my gosh. No, this is literally chips in the night. This is the crazy part. So they're going to want to try to get the op pushed up. And they're wondering right now. They just have to realize how to fix this in the moment is going to be so tough. Already rotated back around. Uh-oh. This timing though. Getting a little sketchy, but that's a nice kill by Juna. Brings himself back to life here. And wow, what a play by WADA. Like you said, they replicate the push down mid. It is a bit different in this style with it being Juna that time. But yeah, because Not Dead Yet was up, and it really played a big part.
And another big part as well was Stay finding that kill specifically on Desoriental, because if they didn't get that kill, then Juna was not going to use that ultimate. She just wasn't going to be able to get away. So the fact that she can reposition on the fight that Nora was trying to clean up things. She's going to clean things up. Sherrod, again. And stepping up for YFP, but the 1v3, they realize we're not underestimating this player. We're going to step back. We're going to play across. And we are going to play for that 11th round.
Power Pixel's like, I have the timing. So there's 11, and we may just stave off the timeout at this point. Leave it up to the team to make it happen. Oh, okay, so YFP will, however, call a timeout. We were expecting the WADA one in a few rounds, but I like this.
As if they didn't win.
Yeah, they had the momentum, and maybe they changed something there that is very noticeable to coach, and it's like, let's go back to X. We were getting past the defense with it. Keep going kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the money, like you'll be able to like force another weapon or two for that last round of the half, but otherwise, I mean, you have some important ultimates. Oppie's not dead yet. You have the tour de force. So again, I think this timeout's more to prevent a similar outcome they had previously, where they wasted some ultimates without a round conversion, because that might as well be a death sentence for this first map pick, which isn't the end of the world. You know, Bind is WADA's pick, but we mentioned how Sunset's a coin toss, considering both teams did play and win it in their week 1. So
yeah.
Nonetheless, I mean, WADA, I don't want to say they got lucky, but again, you can't aggress like that and catch YFPX off guard every time. So it definitely is, they're just trying to like inch out these last few rounds, right? So that they can get across the finish line.
Looking at the compositions coming in, with WADA, like you said, on their aggressive side, they can also be way more aggressive with what they're bringing in. Having the Nightfall, having the Steel Garden, you know, the pit is something you have to go to. The Seekers will kind of get you through mid-round and could really, really help a retake. But the power, the way WADA plays is complemented so much by having those two agents in there to also just add more to the mix that they bring. So you can see that working on the retakes too, as some ults are starting to come online for the teams. Power Pixel one away from that Nightfall. Maybe Sharad's tour de force here can ring out and bring YFP back after this timeout.
A little nerve-wracking to Sharad's alone again, keeping B-side as a viable option. See the team trying to destroy that dog so that Arya can stay, or Femboy can stay tucked with this judge up close and personal. Smoke here as well is gonna get punished. I'm almost certain there it is. Arya 2 found, getting away so that they don't get victimized by the not dead yet from Oppie. It's gonna come down to the time where the chase is on. Whoa.
Just having all the util there to shut it down for the most part. YFP is still able to wait it out. Patience is a virtue here for them as they still somehow make it up through that short A area. Femboy just on the other side, letting them know, being a nuisance, but really hasn't put too much more damage down just yet with the spike now planted.
Yeah, that snake bite was perfect so that Arya Femboy couldn't challenge with that side smoke on the spike with close proximity here. And now as a result, they have a very, very stable post-play position here and numbers as the 2v3 is entered upon. And gonna call upon Arya. It'll have to be the ace clutch to get to 12 for WADA. The high-low, the double swing is good though for YFPX to get to their 8th. The first timeout didn't convert, the second hits home.
Yeah, I mean, I was ready for the third ace. I'm not hating. It's been kind of crazy this game, but YFP, like you said, wanting to shut that down. WADA, they don't need to give WADA any momentum like that right now. And it's going to be a nice full buy here. I don't know if YFP will actually slow down or go for the throat again, or maybe they go for the throat that round that WADA will have money after this. It is a question, and Sharad still has actually this tour de force online. And we'll listen for it to see if it happens on this round. Whoa, WADA saying, all right, let's get a little freaky on this low buy.
It's great if he goes. WADA kind of now sandwiching them here, reacting and challenging. I'm surprised they're fighting deeper into sand. They're just waiting for these players to swing one after another. The slaughter and more the backstep as well through a short here. Piece apart the remaining players. They're just avoiding now. Letting her clean at the loose ends, so it should be a pretty safe round unless Kestrel on site has something to say about it with this Sheriff in the meantime, or Femboy with the upgraded Vandal here.
Last player standing.
Oh, trying to get the quick flicks to peek with a little bit of a wide swing, but Scary's ready. We're seeing Scary now start to come online as well. As Glowstick ends the round up 9 now as YFP creep up and continue to pressure WADA on Bind.
And we're getting to that tipping point as well. A lot of ults for both sides. Again, yep, WADA in this kind of purgatory cycle of buy, save, so you know, sometimes you have to have somebody intervene, and that will be King Fred for WADA. Again, it feels like right now the timeouts are geared towards one-off strategies to get rounds on the board, whether it's to end off a half, whether it's to end off the game, or whether that was even shown in YFPX's own timeout, right? That's what they came up with. So I'm not expecting anything different from that mentality, that philosophy in this round itself. And they still have one more that they have to secure to prevent an overtime. So I'm curious, maybe they try to half invest these ultimates. I feel like if they try to do another kind of trap play aggressive approach, that YFPX will be expecting that though, Rivington. So what else do we think they have to do here? Like retake for once.
Yeah, I think Sherrod is making it tough for them to consider how many they can leave at a site. So playing retake they want to be able to find what's on that extremity. So they're always inside the site. I think is one of the things that's kind of plaguing WADA if they aren't backing up for the retake right now, right? They always want to own one of these extremities. And again, it looks like it'll be the right side of the map. Maybe this one will help because they'll be able to see YFP going left this time, but it does seem like everybody's taking a few too many, like you said before, 1v1s when they could be waiting a little bit to get everyone in the site.
Well, for now, it's just early info. And this disengagement, like, from the fade into spawn, and then playing, like, pretty far, like, cubby backside, shows me that they aren't trying to play for these forward choke points and maybe playing a little bit more cautious here. But it's also stay with the operator, so you want to get that early angle. Kestrel, it's an uncomfortable position to be in. You know what Util's on that other side.
Oh, toast up. Wait a minute.
Ooh, a little early.
Staybell still peeks. Was like, wait, I know I heard a blast. What's happening? Are they faking? It was actually just a fumble that worked out really well because they were all looking at Stay as they peeked. And again, it kind of turns into another 1v1 or a 1v3 at that point. But the peaks until they kind of have sure shots or that crossfire that WADA would have, and now they have to play from 4 without that rifle on the map.
Toxin screen down.
I will say, YFPX loves their fakes on fakes on fakes for these rotates.
Oh, yeah.
So doubling back to B is no real surprise here. Kestrel again, crunch time from the Anchor Sentinel here on the B site. PowerPixel should join back temporarily, but not sure what delay utility they have left in the bank. So it's a nightfall. That's what they've got here. With 20 seconds left to bide on the time to add that decay to hopefully give Kestrel the upper hand here. Above.
Oh, 2 heads up top. Oh, what little pings there by PowerPixel on the left side. I mean, his shots probably would have came from the back of the site too. Kestrel looked like they're ready. And that is just absolutely awesome stuff there on the defensive side from WADA. The timeout slows it down, and they basically slow the game down to figure out what to do.
And I blinked and I missed how Juna was able to get on that site in that corner to support Power and Kestrel because that's what made the difference there. I'm like, oh no, Power's falling, Kestrel's falling. They might have a window where Sherrod can get the spike planted because of Nora's sacrifice, and we've seen Sherrod in those clutch moments, but really, really well done there from WADA to get to map point. Again, it was just one round. That's all you need, and they did invest both ultimates from each of those waves of execution, but now you secured OT at the minimum.
There.
And they pull that back from the clutches of a 4v5 too, right after losing Stay. Oh my gosh. Not dead yet. It's going through Oppie there on a beautiful shot as the jump util comes around the corner, and Oppie is just laser focused right now, getting the assistance as well. PowerPixel is in a very tight spot, and I don't think there's any assistance that can come from here as long as they just play out the round. The afterlife smoke beautifully placed out, and they are not going to understand what's on the other side. So they leave and reset up somewhere else on the map.
Yeah, they recycled the TP trap, but a little less investment. Not 2 players, but 1. They stay in the TP this time, just going for the spray, the spam. I think they were supposed to be the distraction for Oppie, or sorry, for Juna, but the missed timing there a little bit, and they only got the 1-for-1 trade there. I think Arya as well, Femboy, just kind of overpeaked really again to set up the resurrection for Juna. So that falling flat here is what's put them in a 3v3, but it's not a bad situation either, right? And I think they are trying to play for this retake here. They'll have info if they come out long, the thorns, the delay. They will have full retake, but they don't really have anything except for 1 haunt to get info on this Viper's pit entry.
Could be a little cheeky. Is it placed? Oh, it is placed. I was going to say it could throw down the trap inside. Actually did to the left side to see if they were in the corner. So moving into the site, PowerPixel grabs 1. That's going to be the main. Walls go down, and now it's just going to be WADA running into the site, trying to cover each other's back here. Oppie's had some really great shots.
Player standing.
And it's going to be the flick that just misses. Kestrel comes up big. Now it's on to Sherrod. Oh, thinking that there was enough time to reposition, but Kestrel, already on a bit of the high ground, finds it. The kill to end bind, and that's 13 for WADA.
Oh, I was nervous there for a second. I'm like, no smokes and Sherrod with a tour de force, but the reposition costs them everything. 13-9. No repeat.